So do people ever go anywhere who think outside of the box and live outside of the box? Really? Really? Well, hello, mine friends. Welcome to my video. I thought this would be a really cool location for this particular one. The water, the sounds of the water, looks like the abyss back there, these rocks, looks and sounds kind of cool. So let's explore this. You know what's really cool about thinking outside of the box and kind of living there is that you begin to attract other people organically who are also thinking outside of the box. And then what's really cool about that is you enjoy your company more and you learn all kinds of really cool stuff that you show each other, because if you're outside of the box, it's unlimited. Inside the box is very limited and narrow, and there's only so much you can do, and people inside of the box, well, that's why they're typically pretty boring and uninteresting and don't really do great things or impact a lot of people. But outside of the box, you're going to be more exciting. You're going to attract people that can show you some really cool stuff, and you're going to show them really cool stuff. And let's go a little bit deeper than that, some stuff that's really exciting. So I've been thinking about this a lot lately. So take, I don't know, cancer. Inside of the box thinking says, you gotta go to chemo, gotta go to a hospital. And I'm not telling anyone what to do, so don't take it that way. But just as a different perspective, there's inside of the box thinking when it comes to, you know, any kind of chronic ailment, but we'll just take cancer, because that's a pretty deadly, vicious one that everybody suffers from, either directly or indirectly, because our heart hurts when a loved one gets it. So cancer, inside of the box, you know, medical treatment kills more people than probably just about anything, especially the medical treatment of cancer, with poisoning the body, an immune system that's already compromised. Let's compromise it even more. Yeah, that's intelligent. Okay, and then there's some patients that actually go, you know what? They step outside of the box, or they jump out with both feet, right? And they're like, there's got to be some better ways. And they get on this search, or they're outside of the box, and now they're meeting other people that are outside of the box. And some people send them down these little bunny trails, and stuff they look up online sends them down these little bunny trails, and once in a while they make a discovery that is so meaningful and impactful. And some people discover things like, oh, the Gerson therapy or the Living Food Institute, and they routinely heal people without any medical treatment from cancers where doctors were like, you know what, this cancer is too far gone, it's too aggressive, there's nothing more we can do, please go home, get your finances in order, and prepare to die. People are actually given that advice from doctors. And then some of those people, they question the status quo, they don't accept that. They go to Gerson, they go to the Living Foods, and they become healed. They did what the inside of the box thinking said could not be done. And that happens all the time with all kinds of different chronic diseases. So that's one example. Infinity examples in that one example. Another one is, well, I'm going to use my example. Oh my God. When I went to school, grade school, I was in special ed classes. I was held back in the first grade. I had to repeat the first grade, and rode the short bus to school. And even still, I barely passed with the A's and D's. I'm sorry, that didn't make any sense. See, I'm not that bright. I still barely passed with C's and D's, and I wasn't academically bright at all. Rode the little bus, special ed classes. I barely got out of school, even in that the circumstances. You can forget like algebra and algebra 1 and trig. Oh my God, basic math was a challenge for me. So I got out of school eventually, and you know what? Sometime after that, quite a while after that, I decide I'm sick and tired of working for a flippin' boss. There's some inside of the box thinking for you, working for somebody else, getting a job and all of that, which I did for many years after high school. And I just got sick and tired of it. I'm not going to go into that here, but when I decided to be a business owner, that was very outside of the box. One, it's just outside of the box to be a business owner. Two, in my circumstances, not bright academically, no business experience. I had none of the qualifications or criteria to, you know, that would indicate I would be a successful business owner and all these kinds of things. Well, I got outside of the box and I became a business owner. I actually did it when I had no job and no income coming in from anywhere. I couldn't even claim anything on my taxes. I literally had nothing coming in, no job. And I went way outside of the box and I became a business owner. Imagine that. And the economy was tanking. Actually, it tanked shortly after that, but it was still bad. So that was outside of the box. What happened to that kind of thinking? Well, 2.5 years later, I arrived at this beautiful location where I could fire my boss, and I no longer needed one. I achieved financial freedom of my time. Now, I never did find a job again, but you know what? I was able to call off the job search. So that's what firing my boss meant for me. And then here's the next thing that I did. I decided, you know what, I'm doing so good financially and all these things. I'm going to give back more. I'm going to do something cool. I'm going to get some rental properties, and I'm not going to take any money out for myself. I'm just going to 100% roll it back over into itself. So I started doing that. And I heard from everybody telling me, no, Tom, don't get into rental stuff because the tenants is going to be so much headache, and all these nightmare stories I hear, and all these things, the 2 o'clock in the morning phone calls, and you know what? I got away from that nonsense. My outside of the box thinking also attracted some very bright people who were doing rental properties that had experienced none of that. So I learned from them. And I was the best student. And you know what? My first year and a half, I got my first 5 buildings. After buying, the house that I have for me, so 6 total, bought mine in cash. That's out of the box, right? And then I bought 5 rental properties within a year and a half. That was outside of the box. That nobody does that. Not that fast. And you know what? All this time later, I've never gotten one phone call from a tenant. I've never had a nightmarish story. It's all been great. The cash flow has been fantastic, and to this day, I've not pulled out any of it. It all goes back into itself, so I can help more people and impact more people with it. How outside of the box is that? Huh? What's inside of the box is getting a job, and I'm not putting down jobs and just saying it's not right for me at all. You know what else other people told me about when I became a business owner? Tom, the economy is bad. Nobody's going to want to do this with you. Well, guess what? I got a lot of people to do it, hundreds, who have also gotten a bunch of people, and altogether my team is thousands, if not tens of thousands of people. So nobody in my world equates to tens of thousands of people in a bad economy. Okay, check. I'm outside of the box on that one, clearly. Inside of the box sucks. That's depressing to live there. Anyway, another outside of the box thing that I subscribe to. I was told a very inside of the box, Tom, not only is it a bad economy, and you have no qualifications for this anyway with your background, but this is a pyramid scheme. Yeah, that was inside the box thinking. Well, I got out of that box and I realized this is the polar opposite of a pyramid scheme. It's like one of the reasons I never want a job again is because I don't want to participate in a pyramid scheme. They're totally unfair. And you know what else is you know what? When I say something like that about every job in existence for every company is a classic prima facie pyramid scheme, and every time I say something like that, you can count on it. There's going to be 1 or 2 people that's really going to be upset with me that I said something like that, and they let me know, and I know because I get the scolding emails letting me know that they're really upset I said that, and that's all right. And I'm like, you know what? I don't say that to make you feel comfortable. I say it to help you, and it's up to you if you want the help. It's up to you. That's all I know. But hear me out. If you have any doubt if your job is a pyramid scheme, every company works this way. The people that make the bulk of the money, a couple people at the top or one person at the top, whatever. And as you go down the pyramid shape, you get less and less and less. Classic prima facie pyramid scheme, baby. That's what every job is. I don't want it. I think it's a ripoff. I think it's the perfect way to steal nourishment and wealth from yourself and from your family, and it's an even better way to steal security and stability from yourself and your family, is to depend on a job. You can have a job if you want to. Here's more outside of the box thinking for you. Imagine you're one of the very few people that loves your job, and you build up a side income on the side from an asset that you own that builds residually and passively, because those are the only income types that creates freedom more outside of the box for you. Then you got that going. It dominates your job income. Well, guess what? Now you can work your job not out of neediness for a paycheck, but you can do it because you love it, or you can keep it or get rid of it, or it just doesn't matter. That's some outside of the box thinking for you. Outside of the box thinking is realizing that your job is a pyramid scheme. You can still love it. I'm not saying that to bash jobs. Jobs are essential. I'm glad people want to fill them. But to depend on a job for an income and security and stability, that is the most destructive idea in anybody's brain, period. That's outside of the box thinking, and that really upsets people that want to stay inside the box when they hear that. And they'll scold me in emails. It's all right when that happens. I don't say it to be right or to be wrong or any of that kind of stuff. I don't say it to vilify anybody. It's just to vilify some bad ideas. Like the most destructive one in anybody's brain is to have a job for the purpose of making money. That is absolutely the most destructive idea, and I vilify that idea like with every ounce of my being, but never the person. I'll never vilify you for that. I used to believe that too. But I learned some things. I got out of the box, attracted other people that are thinking outside of the box, and that started this whole new learning process of things I never would have learned if I stayed inside the box. And that's the honest to God truth. So think about these things. Think about your health, the relationships in your life. Think about your wealth, your freedom. Think about if you have a negative energy towards making money, that's very inside the box. That'll screw you over big time. That'll also screw your, well, I'm not going to get into that, but it'll screw you over in so many ways. How about a positive energy towards making tons of money? Because it's not about the money. It's about what you can do with the money to help heal the planet versus pollute the planet, right? That's a pretty big deal. You can do things that can create massive impact on a wide scale. That's very outside of the box thinking. So in terms of money and how you see yourself interacting with other people, how you develop yourself and how you help other people develop, how you inspire, how you use your story of your past, the top stuff, your own vulnerabilities, being open with that, look at all that stuff and start getting outside of the box, like with both feet, not little steps, but just jump out of it. There's a liberating thing to that. Freedom of the mind precedes all other freedoms. You want freedom of your time? You want financial freedom so you can have freedom of your time? You have to experience freedom of the mind first. You want to be healthier? You got to change your mind maybe about what you've been doing in the past and what your daily rituals are, your daily habits. Freedom of the mind precedes everything. And that's what it is. And you can draw a line in the sand any time. It's like I did. I used to be inside the box. Not anymore. Living inside the box is like it's the perfect simple blueprint to you screwing yourself out of everything and you robbing all those people that you were supposed to inspire. I mean, that's what staying inside the box is. That's how you do those things. Get out of the box. Your impact can be unlimited to the planet and everybody that lives on it, as well as providing your own freedom and your own happiness and your own nourishment and security for yourself and your family. It's outside of the box. Re-examine what you always thought a pyramid scheme was. Re-examine what you always thought yourself to be as somebody that likes to sell shit or share stuff. I probably could have worded that better, but hey, I guess I'm going to be me. And it's very outside of the box to be me, because by being me, I have to share my vulnerabilities, my quirks. If something slips out of my mouth that maybe wasn't supposed to be that way, you know, it's okay. And I can apologize for when I misstep, because that's going to happen. I'm human, you're human. Start thinking in terms of all that stuff, and start thinking in terms of using your story and your vulnerabilities as ways that you can inspire people as you make new discoveries and you overcome, because it's always the overcoming. It's always the overcoming, and as you tell the entire world about it, then your story is powerful and it relates to people, inspires other people. All right, I'm going to wrap this up right now. Get out of the box. It's ugly in there. It's boring. It's uninteresting. Everybody already knows how to go nowhere, so you ain't going to be leading anybody or inspiring anybody. And it's just selfish to rob all those people you were supposed to inspire because you wanted to be comfortable and live inside that box. That's selfish. And people that still want to live inside that box are probably going to get agitated. I said that. And, you know, that's all right. I think you're great anyway. I just think some of your ideas, the inside the box ideas, are just really bad ideas. And that's my opinion. Okay, if you really dig this video and you know somebody who'd like it, please share it. Click the share button. Comment in this video if you want. It's all good. And if you really truly like this, go to my website, fireyourboss.xyz, not .com.xyz, fireyourboss.xyz. Check it out. I got thousands of pieces of content. It's free. It's based on my experiences and a bunch of other people's experiences. Results-oriented, baby. Results-oriented, and all sorts of fronts to do with health, healing, happiness, wealth creation, freedom, philanthropy, and overall just being a kick-ass human being. So if you dig that stuff, go check it out. And I will see you guys real soon, because my next video is coming real soon. So take care. I'm going to give you a quick panoramic before I shut this thing down for good. Well, not for good, but, you know, for right now. Pretty neat, isn't it? Okay, guys. I'll probably hear from quite a few of you real soon. And I would say 1 out of 100 emails I get, just so you know, only 1 out of 100 is pretty negative. Somebody telling me that I upset them. But the rest of them, not 99 out of 100, pretty inspiring. You guys actually, just so you know, you inspire me a great deal. You egg me on to keep doing this stuff, and I really appreciate it. Very heartfelt. Very spiritual gangsta. I love spiritual gangster stuff. It's so cool. I'll see you guys soon. Bye for now.